So, hello everybody, and today I'm going to do a pandemic unboxing. This is the vanilla game, Zeman Games. It's the second printing. I understand that the first printing was a lot nicer. It had wooden cubes and little petri dishes to keep the cubes in. Now I understand that this has only got baggies. I don't know why. In this case, the second printing is actually inferior to the first one, but here you are. So this is the English version, hopefully. So first of all, you have the rules. Colorful. Tells you what you've got. You've got 24 in 4 colors disease cubes, which brings it to 96. 6 white research stations, cure markers, 48 infection cards, 7 roll cards, 7 pawns, 59 player cards, 4 reference cards, 1 board, setup, player example, turn end event cards, and a description of the roles in the game. Here we've got the board. The board is essentially a map of the world. Oh, it's actually quite nice. It's not too big, so I can actually play this on my coffee table. What I like about the board game is that it actually contains everything that you need on the board. So up here you've got your infection deck, the discard pile. Here you have the infection rate. So whenever you have an epidemic, this counter moves to the right by 1. So second and third epidemic will lead to 2 infections. 4th epidemic to 3, and so on and so forth. Like I said, it's a map of the world. Down here you have the player deck and the player discard. It also tells you here very briefly how a turn works. You do your 4 actions, you draw 2 cards, resolve any epidemics, discard to 7 cards, infect cities. Very, very well done. Those of you who have watched my videos on is it Red Winter? Will know that I really like boards that contain the relevant information in order to remind players of what they need to do. Down here, or over here, you've got the outbreaks track, and down here the cured diseases, and flip the token if they have been eradicated. Here we've got the bags with the tokens. Everything is now made of plastic. Still, the game was quite expensive. So we've got the yellows, the blacks, the reds and the blues. These represent the 4 diseases in the game. Some people actually associate these with particular illnesses. This would be the Black Plague. This is bird flu. This is Ebola, and blue, I think, was the common cold. Here we've got the 6 research centers, 2, 4, 6. And here we've got the 4 diseases plus the 2 markers. Oh, I like this. These are not chits, but these are also made of plastic. So yeah, that's good. And you've got the pawns. These are plastic as well. Sometimes I have to wonder what people actually think when they have different shades of green, because there are a lot of people who can't tell those apart. So if you're going to go down the road of color coding, please use colors that are not that much alike. Here we've got the deck of cards, which starts out with the different actions you can take. Build a research station, treat disease, share knowledge, either give the card that matches the city you are in to another player, or take the card that matches the city you're in from another player. The other player must also be in the city with you, and discover a cure. At any research station, 5 discards of the same color, and you will be able to cure the disease. The cards are very nice cardstock, but a little thinner than the cards from Fantasy Flight Games. So I would say this cardstock is inferior. Not so good because you get to shuffle these a lot, so not happy. I mean, if you're going to have cards that will be shuffled a lot, and this is what this game actually does, you want to have good cardstock. Not impressed. Here we've got the roll cards, we've got the Quarantine Specialist. She can prevent a disease, cube placement and outbreaks in the city she's in and all cities connected to it. Contingency Planner. As an action, take any discarded event card and store it on this card. When you play the stored event card, remove it from the game. Limit 1 event card on this card at any time which is not part of your hand. The Researcher. You may give 1 of your city cards when you share knowledge. It need not match your city. A player who shares knowledge with you on their turn can take any one of your cards. Scientist. You need only 4 cards of the same color to do the Discover a Cure action. Operations Expert. As an action, build a research station in the city you are in. No city card needed. Once per turn, as an action, move from a research station to any city by discarding any city card. Dispatcher. He can actually move people around the board. Move another player's pawn as if it were yours. As an action, move any pawn to a city with another pawn. You need to get permission before you do that. And the Medic, his ability is to always cure all cubes of 1 color when treating a disease action, and automatically remove cubes of cured diseases from the city you are in and prevent them from being placed there. So even if something hasn't been eradicated, when he's in the city, it can't be infected. And here are 4 action cards, which are really good because then players can share them and look at them during the game. I like that. And here we have the, these are the city cards that are the Infection deck. And here we've got the Player deck and the Epidemic cards. Now the Epidemic cards are all identical. Again, cardstock, not a fan. You get 6 cards, so you can... Yeah, so sorry about that. My battery actually died. So basically you get up to 6 cards, and how this works is you seed your deck with the Epidemic cards, which means that just like you build the deck for, let's say, Call of Eldritch Horror, where you have different, if you like, acts, you create this Infection deck, and you have, let's say, if you play on easy mode, you only put in 4 cards, 4 Epidemic cards, and you would divide this Infection deck into 4 equal stacks, put 1 Epidemic card into each stack, then shuffle them, and then you seed them. So that's how this works. They are all identical, and they explain exactly what you need to do. So again, visibility and usability really great because the game itself tells you what to do. Very well done. I'm really happy about this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sleeve the cards, and I'm going to take this for a spin today, and we'll see how that works out. And especially for Hit Points Gaming, Corey and Andrea, I'm going to let you know how I'm enjoying this game, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.